Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Thank you for joining me in this sermon series. This is not an ASMR video, so if you are looking for one of my ASMR videos, please click the link above and you'll find what you're looking for there. If you're here for the sermon, this is part of a sermon series, so if you'd like to catch the sermons prior to this, you can find them in the playlist listed above. All right. If you're still with me, then I have a sermon for you today. We were created to rule. God created humanity to rule over the earth as vice regents. By its appearance alone, you would think that Minecraft is an outdated game from the Atari era. Yet it has become one of the most popular games since its release in 2009. And I can tell you, my children love this game. They play it all the time, all of them, from the 8-year-old to the 21-year-old. Every single one of them play Minecraft. By January of 2013, Minecraft had sold more than 20 million copies. The concept of the game is very simple. There is no specific task to accomplish. Players move about and interact in an entirely open world. They build, they forage for food and supplies, they mine for materials and elements, and that's it. People spend hours upon hours playing the game. Why this simple, graphically basic game has become so popular is a question for debate. Perhaps because it, along with other similar games, like the SimCity franchise, has tapped into a common human desire. God created humans to rule over creation. So there is a creative longing for each person. We desire to build and to rule over that which we create. Virtual worlds, such as those in the video games, give players the ability to satisfy something of that longing. Yet, as often evidenced in video games, we have used our God-created authority to serve our own purposes instead of reflecting God's loving rule. Jesus Christ, the ultimate man, has regained the dominion we surrendered. We surrendered our God-given dominion, and we can see that in Genesis chapter 1, verses 26 to 28, and in chapter 3, verses 1 through 7. In his book, Dominion and Dynasty, Stephen Dempster highlights the relationship between our rule of man and the image of God. Dempster gets this from Genesis chapter 1, verses 26 to 28. There is a hierarchy evident in creation. God ruled over man, and man ruled over creation. That hierarchy was overturned in Genesis 3. From the moment that Eve listened to the serpent, the reader knows something is wrong. She abdicated her authority over the serpent as Adam passively watched from the sidelines. From this moment forward, everything is wrecked, including our dominion. We exercise our authority in less than God-honoring ways. We dominate those whom we hold authority over. We see that in Mark 10, verses 42 through 45. Or we passively abdicate our role as vice regents, as Adam did. Because sin turns us inward, we always do what we think is best for us. If it is best to abdicate, we will choose that route. If it's best to dominate, we'll pursue that course. This only works until we realize that we live in a world filled with people who are also choosing to abdicate or choosing to dominate based on what's best for them. Jesus is the only one who can rescue us from this sick cycle. Are you abdicating or are you dominating in the areas over which God has called you to be an authority? What does it teach us about our parenting or our interaction in various relationships? We need to repent of all Adam-like passivity and all serpent-like usurping. Christ reestablished humanity's rightful reign in Revelations 5, verses 1 through 10. Revelations 5 begins with weeping and ends with joyous worship. The reason for the weeping is that no one in heaven or on earth or under the earth was able to open the scroll or look into it. What is this scroll? It is the unfolding of history, God's plan of redemption, everything God will accomplish. To not open the scroll means that history has no point, no destination, and no climax. But if someone can open this scroll, then redemption can take place. God will overturn the effects of the fall, and humanity will once again live as we were originally intended. This time without possibility of failure. The reason for the joyous worship is because someone will open the scroll, namely the Lion of the tribe of Judah. Because of this, we will see that he has made them a kingdom and priests to our God, and they shall reign on the earth. Weep no more. John, through Revelations 5, verse 4. Weep no more, church. The Lion has conquered, and we will reign with him. The fact that Christ has conquered means something for the way that we view history. Because Jesus is sovereign over history, we are free to pursue bold mission. We know from Revelations 5 that there will be people from every tribe and every language and people and nation. Therefore, we must go because they will respond. Furthermore, this means that something for the daily fears that we feel, for the daily fears that we face. If Jesus is sovereign, fear is ridiculous. We can boldly be creative as God has created us to be. We can joyously build as he has created us to do. You and I were not created to merely rule over a video game world. We were tasked to rule over the actual, beautiful, God-centered world. Today, we live in a world of brokenness and rebellion. We must bring rain to heaven, the reign of heaven to earth. John Piper summed it up well. God will accomplish his purpose. Therefore, let us be both passionate worshipers and messengers of reconciliation, so that more and more worshipers are brought into the